It's like a flying cowboy Christmas in here. Stuff from Aircraft Spruce. We know what it is because it doesn't weigh anything and it's the only thing I've ordered this last week. VGs. So these are awesome. They drop your stall speed, they make you safer. If they work, they make you look like a better pilot because you can get into smaller and smaller airstrips into the backcountry. For a flying cowboy, if you don't have them on your airplane, you're kicked out of the club. So we figured we'd just unpackage these. There's nothing else in here. I got a receipt. If those of you who are wondering, this is the stall speed Vortex Generator 120. There's 120 in each box. I've got a couple of them because it's only 96 bucks, 50 cents. It's nothing. I went with the stall speed because they're flexible. So if you hit them when you're washing the top of your wing, it doesn't pop the glue off, but they should bend. That's the theory. There's a lot more expensive VGs out there, but I've heard that people have good results with these. So the goal is to flight test the airplane, install the VGs, go flight test it again, have real accurate data. We'll make sure the plane weighs exactly the same amount before and after. And we got more than we need. These are, let's see what we got in the box.
All right. We're going to be doing some stall tests. We're giving ourselves a nice safe altitude. We know exactly how much fuel we got in the plane. We'll fill it back up to the same point, come do the same procedures after we install the VGs. I'm going to do a clearing turn now that we're out here in a good practice area. We'll finish this turn on a heading that lets me have my eyeballs working. This will be a lot better. Okay. Let's see where this thing stalls at. We'll come out of this thing. We're going to first do a power off stall. Slow this down. There's the AOA coming alive. Plane's coordinated. Stall horn starting to come on a little bit. Coming on more. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, still clear. 45. Come on, baby. 45, let's pull. There it is. Kind of between 43 and 44. Let's try that again. Gain that 100 feet back. AOA's alive, stall horn's coming on. Slow this thing down, no power. There's 44, 43, there it is. 42 and a half again. So there it is, a clean configuration stall. Let's do another clearing turn, and we'll do some more. This time we're going to go full flaps and get a landing configuration set up. This is always fun. There's the warning. A lot more back pressure now, 45, 44, 43. I'm all the way back on the stop. I don't think it's going to stall. 42, 43, 44, 45. I can't pull that stick back anymore without breaking it off. That's it. 42. The nose is starting to drop again, so it's kind of a falling leaf. 44. Get that nose up. 43. 42. Nose is starting to drop. That's it. So, full flaps, I could never get it to break. Let's build our altitude back up. Do another clearing turn. So interesting difference between full flaps and no flaps is basically the same speed. We got a half mile per hour slower, but it didn't stall. Whereas before at 42 and a half it stalled, and this, it starts to just mush, and I can hold that stick all the way back. I don't have enough elevator authority to really get it to break. So we're almost back up for altitude. Skies still look here, nobody on the box. Alright, there's my safe altitude again. Let's get on a nice heading. Let's start slowing down. We'll simulate a landing with some power in. See where it stalls. There's full flaps. I'm going to kind of get down behind the power curve. Start bringing a little power in. 47, 46, 45. Taking a lot of right rudder and some aileron. 39, 38, 36, 35, 34,
transport traffic.
35. Come on, let's pull this thing back. Man, it takes a lot of rudder, this airplane. Right rudder, 32, 32 and a half. It broke. I'm back to 39.
500.
Let's do it again. Right rudder. Looking good. Coming back, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34. Yeah, coons. 32. There it went. Awesome. Those are some good numbers. Those are good baseline numbers. Let's go put some VGs on this thing, see what happens.
that.
We're back in the pattern now. Seeing I've used 1.7 gallons of fuel total for this little exercise. Not much. These Cubs don't burn a lot. We're going to beat, there's 1.8. We'll see what we are when we're on the ground. We'll add exactly that amount of fuel for our next test.
A template. So that's nice, and this is actually good quality. 60 millimeter spacing, 90 millimeter spacing, 30 millimeter spacing. So that's nice. I got some really gold paper. Must make it worth $96. So here's your stall speed VGs. We're gonna read that. I'm not gonna make you watch, but we'll read that. And but basically about 7% of chord is where you're gonna wanna put your VGs. Some people go farther forward, some people go back, but generally 7% of chords where we're gonna put them. So we'll go through that. Here's the these are the VGs. These are awesome. They're flexi, but I'm not liking the look of this sticker. This is gonna be freaking a ton of work. Wait, oh! Yes! So I thought we were gonna have to sit and cut all these out, but look at that. We are not gonna have to cut any of these stickers. We just have to stick those puppies on there and start sticking them on the wing. So heart attack avoided. We don't have to cut it. It's ready. So Paxton's in the background there, getting the wing all clean, taking off the bugs and getting any residue off so we can have good adhesion. And so we're gonna get this done. We're gonna go test it. Wish us luck. All right. I'm so glad that's over with. It didn't take a whole lot of time. We had 3 people working on it, took 23 minutes. So one person, about an hour. It feels like forever. I say turn on some good music. We didn't do that, and you'll have it done in an hour. Right now, I know somebody's going, he wasted all that paint. He should have put it close together. I'm not worried about it. Don't hate. 1 hour, we could do it again. All right, I'm here with my buddy Zeb. We did it.
We did it, it's done.
They're in there. It may be tough to see with a bunch of VGs up on that wing. Sun's down, no flying tonight.
No flying.
I don't think we want to do stall tests in the dark, not smart. Nah. So tomorrow.
Plus on video wouldn't look that great.
No, there's nothing to see.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any video on the wing of this when we were, all I had was in the cockpit.
No.
Maybe tomorrow we'll have to set up some cameras and on the plane. Tomorrow's the test. We'll let you know how it goes. And of course, get all your paperwork in order. Don't know what it is about airplanes, but if they don't have the right paperwork, they can't fly. It's magic. Magic paperwork. Get it done. I need to add 1.9 gallons of gas. That'll get us to the exact fuel we took off yesterday. Fly the same flight path. There it is, 1.9, and be the exact same weight. Getting excited. It's leaking. I hate leaky gas cans.
Cub 1 X-ray, Charlie, taking...
There's Paxton and my carbon cub behind me. He's going to come watch. Traffic Super Cub, 7 Whiskey, Tango, left crossbar. Paxton's taking off behind me. He'll be coming to watch. We'll go out to the practice area. But again, even with the 6-inch gear on this thing, I don't have enough angle of attack. Those BGs are going to do much. I'm sure they help a little bit, but like I said, couldn't tell anything on takeoff. But that's not where we're going to do the test. We're doing the test without high angle of attack for steep turns and stalls, power on, power off. So
You don't even want to know what this airplane does with just me in it.
what are you climbing at?
1800.
Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, so what's going to happen here? We're going to clear these skies like you always would. And we're going to start off just like before with a power off stall, no flaps. And I don't suspect we're going to see much of a change because, well we might. We were stalling at 42.5 miles an hour before, and it was the wing stalling, not the tail. And then we'll do a power off full flap stall, and then we'll do power on stalls with and without flaps. Alright, there's first indication. I got Paxton out there, we're good. Coming back on that stick. Angle of attack is going to change the pitch of the beep a little bit. Keep that ball coordinated. Coming back, turning red, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, all the way back on the stick now. It wants to, that's it. It's not breaking. All the way back, it's kind of wandering around between 42 and 47. The wing's not stalling. That's totally different than yesterday's test, in that the wing did stall. Right now we're kind of the same situation as yesterday with full flaps, where the wing didn't stall and the tail stalled. Right now the tail can't hold this nose up far enough without throttle. So that's the done with that test.
I'm 1,500 feet up and right above you. I'm just following you like a hawk. Oh, that's why I can't see you anymore. You climbed up above. Well, that's really smart. Okay, well, you just be the hawk hunting the prey. I'm going to circle around. I'm going to climb the altitude back, and we're going to do a full flap.
Okay, so we're coming around. Skies are clear. It's calm. We made sure that we watched the temperatures today to try to get out the exact same temperature. The barometric pressure hasn't changed between yesterday and today. Density, altitudes. Therefore, if temperature, pressure is the same, this is an exact test at both days. Dead calm. It's been fantastic.
Right, Paxton, rolling on the due east heading. We're going to do another stall, full flaps, no throttle.
All right, here we go. This will be fun.
Full flaps and throttle.
Full flaps, no throttle this time. 1 notch. We're full. And my prediction is the wing is not going to stall. We're just going to run out of tail.
Last time the wing
There's 42,
full flaps.
41, 40. Hey, look at that. 39, 38, 37. Oh, yeah, let's do that again. I had just a little bit of throttle. I thought I had pulled full throttle, but I hadn't. So here we go. Getting the throttle all the way out this time, Mr. Mark. Throttle's all the way out. All right, 46, 45. We're staying coordinated. All the way back. That's back. I'll break that stick off before it comes out. 42, 41. Nose is dropping. Stick's all the way back. See that? All the way back. Got nothing. 43, 44. Coming back to 42. Exact same result as yesterday because it's the tail. We might want to put some VGs on the underside of that tail. So that's it. Now we're going to get some real stalls now with some power in. All right, Paxton, I'm recovering. What we expected. The wing, of course, held on with full flaps and couldn't get enough angle of attack without the engine blowing air over those tail feathers. So I'm going to climb back up to our altitude. We'll reset. I'm going to right turn. This is going to be the fun test. Now, the thing about the VGs, they're going to hold on. When they finally let go, you're a lot higher angle of attack, and those are going to drop. So here's what we're going to find out. We've never had any unpredictable behaviors with this airplane in all our flight testing. It's been very good. No tendency to want to spin or drop one wing or the other. But the VG's on, going to get a higher angle of attack. When it does let go, it will be more aggressive.
2 gallons an hour.
That's a nice low fuel burn. All right, Paxton, I'm halfway through my turn. I'll be lining up on the same heading again, and my safe altitude's there. So we're going to come into a no flaps with power in and see where she stalls. All right, rolling out. There's my heading. This is a kind of an approach to landing power setting, and we're going to get a little bit behind the power curve without flaps. So I was taking a lot more rudder. Nose coming up. Got power in there. I'm keeping it about 1,700 RPM. That changes for every aircraft with your prop, of course, but there we go. There's a good 43, 42. 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, we're coordinated, 35, there's the drop, 35 and a half. So that's pretty dang good. No flaps, 35 and a half at 1,700 RPM. I like it. So we're going to make another clearing turn, climb back up to our altitude, and do it again. I didn't even lose much. I lost 50 feet with that. Wow! Sunshine on my face, can't see anything. We do clearing turns and have good traffic systems. And a safety pilot right up there. That Paxton in my Carbon Cub just hanging out watching. Good to have more eyeballs in the sky. Alright, here we go again, coming back around. Alright, Paxton, I'm coming back around to our due east heading again. And we're going to go full flaps. With power on, we're going to get it behind the power curve. There's our heading, roll out level. Some power in, a little more power than that. Right there, there we go. We want it to be consistent. If it's not consistent, it doesn't mean anything. Alright. Here we go. 50, 48, 49, keeping it coordinated. Coordinated, a lot of rudder there. Coordinated, there's the stall, there's the angle of attack, just screaming, push, push. That arrow's just going down, down. 32, 32. Keep pulling back. Not let go. 31, 30, there it is. 29 is when it really broke. Let's do that again. We'll just keep that and recover just a little bit. 48, 45, 43, 42, 38, 37, 36, 35, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28 and a half, 28. Right there. Same spot. So, let's recover. Laps out of it. I'm happy with that. I'm going to do a couple other little things. In fact, I'm going to do one more clearing turn. That got all the way down to 28 miles an hour at this weight with a little power in behind the power curve before that thing broke. So it made an improvement. I'm excited to kind of review our video and see what our numbers were yesterday and really compare it.
Wow, that sounds like a significant improvement, actually.
That's pretty impressive. I'm happy.
Me too, and you're gonna love the perfect circles I'm making on your breadcrumb trail.
Oh, that'll be there until we have to clear them out. Just as a memory of this fun exercise test. That's it's awesome. I'm gonna play a little bit different. I'm gonna do another stall and let this nose really drop and come around. And let's see if we can't get this thing to kind of do an ugly break. Let's have some fun.
Sounds good. I'll be your aerial support.
Raja, Raja. My clearing turnaround, I got my altitude set back up, a little bit higher this time, and we're out over farmland, but I want to be out over farmland without houses anywhere. I mean, we're in the practice area, but I want a super clear practice area, because if we unwind this thing out of the sky a little bit, I don't want anyone on the ground to be feeling like they need to call the authorities, worried that an airplane was falling. Right, we're, of course, thousands of feet up from AGL. We are way safe, way high, and we're doing this by the book. In fact, I'm going to slow down and get set up for another one. Okay, let's get this thing back. Let's see what a steep turn right there does. Let's drop that thing. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, of course there's a sink rate. Let's recover that thing, get some rudder. Nothing. Super predictable, behaves itself. I'm a very happy man. I want my son to have a lot of good, safe flight hours in this aircraft. And he's going to. Paxton, there's fun. Anything else you want to go do? I'm going to do what they call the moose stall, where people are looking at a moose on the ground and low and slow and pulling tight around. We're gonna try that one.
That's a good one. That's the one where most people stall into the ground.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's people don't practice it, and then they get themselves in it, not never knowing when their plane was going to do it to them. So we're going to just do one notch of flaps, which would be kind of what we're doing when we're low and slow in the backcountry trying to look at something. You can do full flaps, of course, but I think this is better appropriate real world, more like, well, half flaps. We'll do that. Alright, we are cranking and banking. I've got the AOA alive already. 70 indicated that AOA is telling me to push. You got eyes on me, Paxton? That is a tight turn. That's awesome. It's a stable bird.
Was it just holding on?
Oh yeah, it was. The angle of attack, doesn't care how much steep you're turning, it just does what it's supposed to. All it cares about is AOA. It doesn't care if your wings are level to the horizon or not. That was fun. We're worthwhile exercises.
Right, we finally got it done. Sorry it took so long to get part 2 out. We had a big Apple crash meltdown. It took them weeks to fix it, but they did recover everything that was lost on all my devices. Amazing. So to the point that really matters, here's the summary of the video. Did we get an improvement? Yeah, 5 miles an hour. We did quite a few tests that aren't on the video. Try to keep it as short as possible, so I'll try not to ramble here. 5 miles an hour overall is huge. And for those of you that fly fast planes, that might not seem like a lot, but for those of you flying bush planes, you know that's huge. 5 miles an hour from 32, 33 miles an hour down to 28. It's like almost 20%. That's the difference between getting in and out of some strips. In fact, Faith is one of my favorite airstrips. It's beautiful, it's challenging. It's at very high altitude on the side of the mountain with a cliff on one side, a cliff on the other side. And you have to be behind the power curve and hit your spot and not flip over by the time you get to the other end. Jason Sneed and myself are the only ones so far in our flying group that have ever been able to get on and off of that. Everyone else just hasn't been able to do it. They're full throttle and throwing it off the cliff on the other side. I don't think I could get Paxton's airplane on and off of Faith with a 32.5 mile an hour stall speed. Just don't think it's possible. But a whole 5 mile an hour more margin, I can do it. I mean, it's that big of a deal. I think, that particular airstrip's an extreme example, but it's not just added safety. We can go places that we couldn't go before because of that margin. So safety is the biggest thing. Some people asked about other impact. Now, we didn't put it in the video because it's too hard to quantify. For example, you're going to want to know how does it feel in the ailerons. No, I didn't feel anything different in cruise, normal flight. It felt exactly the same. But at low speed, high angle of attack, approach to landing, way more authority in the ailerons, unquestionably. I couldn't put a percentage on it because I didn't have a way to measure that. But if I had to say how much more authority, probably 30, 40% more authority when you're really behind that power curve, dragging it in. If a wind gust hits you in the side, I can throw that aileron stick to the side and have a significantly faster roll rate to recover from being shoved around by the wind. So that's a big safety thing, and it was very noticeable. Did not have to talk myself into it. Top speed, saw nothing. No negative, no positive, nothing measurable, nothing to report there. If I saw a mile an hour or two one way or the other, I would tell you. I just literally saw nothing on the top end on this airplane. I know some people have reported results on their aircraft, plus and minus. I can't. I saw nothing. This was such a big change on this aircraft that the AOA, which was calibrated perfectly before the VGs, it's worthless now. It comes on way too soon. I mean, I got to go back up and recalibrate the AOA, and that's freaking awesome. That's a big deal that it's changed that much, that AOA's got to be redone. And that's going to make for a safer pilot and a safer airplane. And I'm excited for that. Last thing, is it worth it? Yeah. Oh my heck. I've never done anything in aviation, racing, motorcycles, four-wheelers, cars, nothing in my life ever have I spent $100 in 6 hours and got that much improvement. Ever. School, education, I can't think of anything. I mean, it's huge. I've done a lot of things to our race planes that were marginal, negligible, barely measurable. This was a big deal. And so for those of you who have certified airplanes, you're wondering like, well, hey, Mark, you only spent $96 on your VG kit because you're experimental. You're right. But let me tell you what. If this was a certified plane and that VG kit was $1,000, 100% right now, today, no matter what, period, the end, happening. Period. There's nothing for $800 or $1,000 that's going to give you that much improvement and safety and margin in the backcountry. That's my report. Guys, fly safe, fly often, stay current, know your aircraft's limits, know your limits, never exceed either one. That's the goal. Take care.